everybody, welcome back to Epic Beauty Fail. I'm Jessica. On today's video we're going to be doing another Foundation Friday. And what we're going to be using today is this right here from Estee Lauder. It is the Double Wear Nude Foundation. So I know a lot of you guys have recommended me trying the regular Double Wear, and I'm just a little bit concerned. I need to go into a store and swatch it. I had swatched their lightest shade once before, and it seemed to be a little bit too dark for my skin tone. Now this is actually a lighter shade, I'm pretty sure, than their regular Double Wear. So I'm just going to need to go into my Macy's and swatch the regular Double Wear. But this is 1C1 in the Double Wear Nude. It's also supposed to be like a water foundation, I think. And I like water-based foundations. So I'm very hopeful that I'm going to like this, but we shall see. So I'm going to go to the Estee Lauder website while I'm shaking this up a little bit. I'm going to go to Estee Lauder website on my phone. And you guys might be wondering, that's not your phone. No, this is my old phone. My new phone is actually plugged in right now to my computer. So anyway, Double Wear Nude Water Fresh Makeup SPF 30. Now this only comes in 12 shades, so not a very good shade range. In fact, that's their shade range on their website. Not very good. And I'm going to go ahead and read the product details to you all. It says real skin flawless, real protection, 24-hour staying power. I'm not trying this for 24 hours, so we're not going to do that. It says water light. This fluid long wear makeup feels like you have nothing on. Moves comfortably with your skin. Looks fresh, natural, healthy, even toned. With SPF 30 and antioxidants, it's your invisible defense against environmental damage from UV rays and pollution. Instantly and continuously hydrates with a moisture complex of red fruit extracts, including watermelon, lychee seed, and apple. In shades for all skin tones, which there's 12 shades. That's not for all skin tones. Benefits: lightweight, SPF 30, anti-pollution, 24-hour wear, light to medium coverage, real skin satin finish, broad spectrum, SPF 30, anti-pollution, oil-free, hydrating, ophthalmologist tested, dermatologist tested, non-acnogenic. I've never heard that before, but it says won't clog pores, and fragrance-free. I like fragrance-free. So, all right. I'm going to put that down, and I think I've shaken this plenty enough. Today I'm going to be using my Flower Beauty Sponge on the left side of my face and my Sigma Flat Kabuki F80 on the right side of my face. Before I started filming, I did spray my face down with the Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist. I do like to start off with that, and then I use the Tatcha Silk Canvas on my face. I usually put that like on my nose, on my inner cheeks, all over my chin, all over my forehead, and then I sort of like work it out to the sides of my face. I don't feel like the sides of my face really need much in the way of primer. So there's that. All right, this does not come with a pump, which is kind of frustrating. My understanding is that they sell a pump separately for like $10, and this, as it sits, is $42. So there's that. I have an air bubble, so give me 1 second. Pop the air bubble. So what I'm going to do is probably make a huge mess, to be honest with you, but I'm just going to try to pour just a little bit out on the back of my hand and try not to make too much of a mess. So I'm slightly concerned with the shade. It's very, very pink, but we'll see how it goes. I much prefer a nude or a neutral undertone. That spreads very easily. And it looks almost like it matches my face shade, not my neck shade, which is kind of unfortunate because my face is definitely a lot more red than the rest of my skin. All right, we're going to go ahead and get this on this side of my face, and I'll be right back. I'm a little bit concerned about this foundation for a couple of reasons. I always like to say that I like my skin to look like skin, which I do, but I also don't want to pay $42 for a foundation that looks like I have absolutely nothing on it. And what I mean by that is I would like to cover a little bit of some of my blemishes and even out my skin tone, which I feel like it's kind of done that, but looking from side to side on my face, my redness is barely covered over here. Like it's not even covered. And I don't even see the line of demarcation on my nose. I don't know if you guys can tell under these lights. Sometimes the camera definitely picks up things that I can't see because of the lights that I have on, but I can't see a difference on my nose between the side that doesn't have any foundation on and the side that does. Yeah. So, all right, we're going to go in with a sponge, and I know I'm going to have to get more foundation because I'm just about out. We're going to see how this goes. I might have to just go in with the brush just because if I get a lighter coverage than what I've already got, I'm going to pretty much have nothing on my face. I am going to put a little bit more on the back of my hand and maybe a lot more because I can't control how much I'm getting out. I'm going to go back in with the brush actually and try to build this up. And I think it oxidizes like almost instantaneously on my skin because you can see when I first put it on, it looks like it's brightening up, but then it just dries down again. But I'm going to try to build this up on my face and see. You can see it literally just darkens as soon as I put it on my face. It's bright for a couple of seconds and then it darkens. I feel like I'm putting a ton of foundation on my face just to get a little bit of coverage. Now I will say this, my face is shiny. So that's kind of like the satin finish, I guess they're saying. Now I'm going to bring this down my neck just because my neck looks super pale compared to the foundation. Like, yeah. We're going to just pretend like my foundation matches. So I am going to be honest with you guys. I think this foundation is going to go back. And primarily it's because, look at the shade. I mean, that just doesn't work for me. So, we're going to still see how it wears so I can give you my review of it, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be returning this foundation because the shade is just not going to work for me. Which makes me even more concerned about trying the regular Double Wear because that's even darker. So you can see, at least I think you can see how much it darkened up. I'll say this, so far I'm liking the finish. I think that the finish is very, very pretty. I think it's giving me like luminosity almost, just like shining from within. But I had to put a lot of foundation on just to even cover like some of the redness. And it turned so pink so fast that I don't feel like I have a foundation on. Does that make sense? Maybe I'm not making any sense. Sorry, and my hair is distracting me. All right. Okay. We're going to go ahead and put the rest of my makeup on. And what's the check-in time? Let's see what time it is. It is 10:05. I think the camera's picking that up. 10:05. So we're going to call like 10:15 the check-in time. I'm getting a little bit later of a start today. We'll call 10:15 the check-in time. I'm liking the finish. That's what's bothering me, is that I'm actually really liking the way it looks on my skin right now. Like, I'm not seeing any part of my skin where I'm like, oh, that doesn't look good. I think it even looks good on my chin, which is crazy because that is like my biggest problem area. Okay. It is definitely transferring. Absolutely. I'm going to be powdering this. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of my makeup on. I will see you guys in just a few minutes. We'll call 10:15 the check-in time. So 2:15 and then 6:15 is going to be my check-in times for today. So, all right. I will be right back. All right, everybody. I am back. Let's go over what I put on my face. Actually, let's look at the time because it took me a little bit longer than I expected. It is 10:40. So it took me a little bit longer than I expected to do like my eyes and stuff and my brows and my lips and all that stuff. So we are going to call 10:15 the check-in time though. So 2:15 and 6:15 is going to be my check-in times. On my face, I have just a little bit of my Marc Jacobs Tantastic bronzer, just a tad. I feel like I'm already darker than normal anyway, so I just have a little bit on my cheeks. I am using my Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in Party. And then I'm also using my Tarte Amazonian Clay Highlighter in Stunner. Can I get it open? Stunner on my cheeks as well. And then I'm also using my Catrice Liquid Camo Concealer. My powder, I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish just on my under eyes. And then on the rest of my face, I'm using my standard powders whenever I do a foundation review. These are the Physicians Formula Mineral Wear. This is the Mineral Correcting Powder, and this is the Mineral Face Powder in Translucent, although it does have a little bit of color to it, even though it says it's translucent. In my brows, I'm using the e.l.f. Brow Pencil in Taupe. And then on my lids, I have the Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer, the Physicians Formula Butter Eyeshadow in the Sultry Nights palette. I have this shade all over my lid, this shade in my crease, this shade on my outer lid and on my under eye, this shade on my inner lid, this shade over here on my inner corner, and the darker brown on the very outer V. So that's my eye look. And then I have the NYX Super Skinny Eye marker, excuse me, on my upper lash line. This is a felt tip, not my favorite, but it works. Works actually pretty well. And then I have the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Perversion, which is their black on my waterline. My lashes are the Benefit Roller Lash. And then on my lips, I have the Buxom Lip Pencil in Cloak and Dagger. And then for lipstick, I'm using the Marc Jacobs, what do they call these? Le Marc Liquid Lip Crayon in Ready to Go. I love this shade. I really do. That liner doesn't quite match it spot on, but I love this shade. And I think that red lipstick was just a limited edition. If they would bring it out in a full size, I would actually buy it in a full size, even though I might not even need it, because this is going to last me forever. So, oh, and then I sprayed my face down with my MAC Fix Plus. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the foundation. I kind of mattified it with the powder, and then I re-illuminated it with the Fix Plus, if that makes sense. But I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in, and we can talk about it. All right, so right now, what are we, about 40 minutes in or so? I'm looking at my normal trouble spots. I think it looks pretty good. The one thing that really bothered me was that it really went into my line on my forehead. I did sort of pat it out, so it's not as bad as it was, but you could really see that line when... right before I turned the camera on, I noticed it and I just sort of patted it out a little bit, and it looks better now. But my forehead looks pretty good other than that, other than the fact that it got in my line pretty bad. I think it looks beautiful on my nose. I think there's no problems on my nose whatsoever. On my cheeks, I think it looks gorgeous. And even on my chin. Even on my chin, right now, 40 minutes in, I'm not having any issues. It's not cracking at all. It looks really nice. I wish this was a lighter shade. Now I'm saying that as an absolute first impression. It could go way downhill from here throughout the day. We will see. But for now, I think it looks beautiful. I'm just looking in my mirror down here, seeing if there's anything in particular that I can call out as being a problem area, and it's slightly in my nose creases. Not bad enough that I feel like it's like necessary to really point it out as an issue at this point, but I think it looks really good right now. I think it looks really good right now. So, all right, that's where we're at right now. I will check in just a few hours and let you know how it's going at midday, and then again at the end of the day and let you know my final thoughts. But for right now, I'm really liking it. You know, before I got the rest of my makeup on, I was kind of leaning towards taking it back just because of the shade. But, because I mean, it's definitely darker. I mean, you can see on my neck where I stopped putting the foundation. This might be a shade that would work well for me in the winter. just because I do get a little bit more red, and not in the winter. This could be a shade that works well for me in the summertime because I do get a little bit more red in the summer. I don't really tan, but I do get a little bit more red in the summer from the sun. So, sorry, my lipstick is starting to travel a little bit, which is why I need a lip liner that matches this lipstick because I really like this lipstick. Yeah. Anyway, all right, I will check in a couple of hours and we'll see how it's going then. All right, everybody, it is midday. And Nick and I are in the car again. I've got Nick over here. I don't have my watch on today, so I'm just going to show you the clock in my car. So let's see if you guys can see it. It is about 10 till 2. I hope you guys can see that. It is very windy and very cold right now where we are at, but it's about 10 till 2. And I'm not super happy with this foundation. So here's my problem. It is breaking up along my chin. Now, I just ate, like we just ate, and I had a salad with dressing. Nick agrees it's breaking up on my chin. So that's why my lipstick just came, like literally just came off. My lipstick was hanging in pretty good, right, Nick?
And then just...
Yeah, and then I wiped it off with my napkin. So that was holding pretty good, but I made sure not to touch my chin with my napkin. And it is just breaking up. Like all in here.
Even though you didn't even touch it.
So here's the rest of my face. My forehead. This is the other thing, like right in here, this line, it's really getting into my lines. Like that is definitely accentuating my lines around my nose and on my forehead too. Like it is really, really getting into my lines. So that might be because I had to build it up so much in order to get coverage, you know what I mean? So that might be some of the problem that I'm running into, is that I had to build it up so much to get some coverage that it's really sinking in, like especially like in here in this line, but it's breaking up on my chin. So I'm very confused by this foundation. I'm not quite sure why it's breaking up in some parts but sinking in deeply into other parts. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I think it still looks good on my cheeks though. Where I don't have any lines, I think it still looks good, but I am not sure what's going on there on my chin. So anyway, I will see you guys in about 4 more hours. Bye. All right, everybody, I am back. I'm actually running a little bit later tonight. It is 7:13. To be honest with you, I was editing. I was editing videos. So that's why I'm an hour late tonight, and that's okay. Editing videos is important. So let's talk about this foundation. I've had it on for 9 hours, and to be honest with you, I'm really starting to get itchy along my nose and other parts of my face as well, but particularly along my nose. My biggest complaint with this foundation is that even though I powdered it and I sprayed it with setting spray, it is transferring like crazy. I think that that's going to pick up on my hands, on my fingers here, but it is like, and I actually had earlier today, my hair actually stuck to my face at one point because it is that sticky right now. And like I said, I had powdered this morning. I had used setting spray. I don't know why it's sticky. In my opinion, I don't think it should be sticky, but it is. And it is transferring like crazy. Like it's just, it's not good. As far as the way it looks, I'm definitely dewy looking, which isn't bad. And actually my nose doesn't look too bad. Looking at my nose doesn't look too bad. I don't think my cheeks look too bad. My forehead, it's not horrible, but it's not fantastic. It's definitely settled back into that line again after I had patted it out this morning. My chin is a little bit like cracked up. It just is. And even like that line that I had earlier is kind of gone. So this has been a weird foundation where it was pretty good this morning. Midday, it was and then tonight I actually feel like it looks better than it did midday. So it's kind of like went down and up, if that makes sense. I don't know. Would I wear this again? I'm going to be honest and tell you that no, I don't think I'm going to wear this again. In fact, I'm probably going to return it. Mainly because of the shade, but if I loved the way it wore, I would have kept it, even though the shade is a little bit too dark. Even like my neck, because I drug it down my neck, even my neck feels sticky. I just can't, I just can't do that. I can't. Nope. Nah. I don't like it. And what's crazy is that the way they described it, they said it would like move with your skin, but I feel like where I emote a lot around my mouth, it's just cracked up. So it didn't really, I mean, it doesn't look bad from like 2 feet away, but me looking right here in my mirror in front of my face, it doesn't look that great. It's not horrible, but it doesn't look that great. So the thing that's really driving me over the edge with this is the transferring, the stickiness. It was really windy out today. I think I told you guys that at midday check-in. And every time I got in and out of my car, my hair would just like blow everywhere. And it kept, like I said, getting stuck to my face because it is that sticky. That is the thing that's driving me over the edge for this foundation. I mean, some transferring, you know, that's to be expected, especially after wearing it for 9 days or 9 hours. That's to be expected. But this much, like I said, and this was at like lunchtime, right after I did my midday check-in, about a half an hour after I did my midday check-in is when it really started to feel sticky. And I just really didn't like that. So there's that. Anyway, that is my first impression wear test of the Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude Water Fresh Makeup. Anyway, if you guys know if the regular Double Wear, I know that that's supposed to be mattifying, I think. And I've heard from people, other YouTubers, that dry skin and oily skin love that stuff. So again, my biggest concern is the shade. This 1C1 is actually like a lighter shade than I think that the lightest shade is in the regular Double Wear. So I don't know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already, please hit that red subscribe button. It helps me out tremendously. And hit the bell if you feel like it. If you feel like it. And if you have any comments, leave this in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of the Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude? Have you tried this foundation? Do you like the regular Double Wear? Would you recommend that I give the regular Double Wear a try? I would love to hear your thoughts. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next Epic Beauty Fail. Bye!